Alright, I have 19 minutes and 26 seconds to make this video. I promised this to one of my viewers, and I'm going to say it. The transdermal fentanyl patches. How to taper off of those. It might sound annoying, but it is still the same principle as tapering, not buprenorphine or methadone, none of that. This is just tapering, excuse me, off of the transdermal patches. Now, if you have them and you have access to them, this shouldn't be too bad. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be too bad. So you have your patch. You can cut the patch with scissors. Obviously, you guys know you can cut the patches. So if you're on a full patch, and however often you change it, take that time that you're changing the patch. Do that for, keep that flowing for a couple weeks. Well, if you've been on it for, for an extended period of time, I mean, that couple weeks won't matter because you've already been on it for however long. You can start to taper. Now, what I mean by that is it's a little more complex because fentanyl is lipophilic, so it is a little more complex. Then again, there's other substances that we are given for MAT that are still lipophilic, so realistically, you know, you just, if you're on a specific dosage of fentanyl, patch-wise, transdermal, you put it on and it soaks in to your fat cells, lipophilic, and it works. It does its job. Some people need to be on it. So don't, some people that, if you've got chronic pain and you cannot live with that pain, I'm not talking about withdrawal pain, regular pain, you gotta be on it, dude. Just fucking whatever you gotta do to live your life, man. Don't be upset about it. Let's stigma freaking. What the fuck do you care about what these people say? They're not doing nothing for you. They're not prescribing anything to you. They're not doing nothing. Just, if you're on a certain dosage, you have your patch on. Let's say you have, you're on your patch and then you have your full patch on of whatever, how many micrograms or, however it's measured. Cut the patch in half, the next one, and put a half a patch on. Let that flow. You might feel some withdrawal symptoms. Interdose withdrawal. Slight ones. It shouldn't be major. Slight ones. So once you feel those little, miniature feelings of withdrawal, you take another half of the patch, the one preferably that you cut in half, and cut that patch in half. That half of a half. You need a half of a half. Put that next to that half. It's going to fill in the gap. You're going to feel still, not the best, but it's totally bearable. Let that ride. Now you've cut it down to 3/4 of a patch. Stay on that for however, it ain't gonna last that long. Stay on that 3/4 of a patch, or just cut a cut a patch and measure it. Draw a freaking permanent marker or pen, whatever. Draw some lines down to cut it in threes and just cut the third piece off and put that on your arm. Start there and let that go as long as you can. It might feel a little crappy, only a little bit, not too bad. It should not be too, I can guarantee you it won't be too bad. And then eventually that 3/4 of a patch is going to work the same way a full patch did. That's the main purpose. The same with benzos, opiates, you name it, it's the same thing, dude. I'm telling you right now. Try it and tell me what you think. 3/4 of a patch, do it. Go from, if you've been on that full patch or however, whatever, for how long, go to 3/4 of a patch. Put that on. Let that soak into your system. You might feel some chills. You might feel minor sweating. You know what I mean? You're not going to feel super depressed. You'll still be able to sleep, but you know what I mean? You want at least two, one or two, mainly two, if you can do three, withdrawal symptoms to hold on to while you're coming down. that means that your tolerance is dropping still, no matter what you do, say, or think. Your tolerance is dropping. And then, while your tolerance is dropping, and you feel that little uneasiness from that three-fourths of a patch, that patch, it will work soon. Just like Xanax. You've been taking a bar for this long. Now you're taking three-fourths of a bar, and it's like you get some minor symptoms, and then eventually that three-fourths of a bar within 3, 4, 5 days or whatever starts to work tremendously. And then that's when you can be like, yes, that's what I was going for. You know where I'm going with this? And then once you're comfortable enough, don't tell your doctor you're doing this, because if you do, he or she or they're going to be like, oh, you want to get off? Well, this is what we're going to... No, dude, just do it this way, because you want to be able to have a bunch of fentanyl patches left over. If you really want to get off and you're a chronic pain patient, you want to have some patches and pieces left over. You're going to want to, because that's evidence that you're doing things right. So, three-fourths of a patch. Let it go for however long, dude. Just let it go as long as possible until that three-fourths makes you feel 100%, not 99. I mean 100. At first, it's going to be 70%, maybe 75, maximum 80%. You're going to be, something a little off, but I can bear it. And then once you get to that three-fourths of a patch, you know what I mean? You just cut that patch in half. Now you got a half on. You're going to experience, and once the three-fourths is 100% working. Don't forget what I said. The three-fourths of the fentanyl patch has to be working 100%. It might take a week. It might take some people a few days, dude. It depends on your body, your metabolism, your weight, your age, your this, your that. It depends on a lot of stuff, dude. It depends on the dosage you're on, how high of a dosage. It depends, but at the same time, the principle sticks the same. Three-fourths works. Now you cut it into a half. You put that half on your arm. You do the same principle. Once that half starts working, you're like, oh, I'm halfway down. Then wait till that half works. Let it work for a little while. Cut that in half. Same with buprenorphine. Cut that in half. Buprenorphine's a little more annoying, but cut that in half, Let that sit on you. Wait till it works, dude. You're going to have some days that are uncomfortable. You need to accept it. If you need beta blockers, if you need something from the doctor, just get it. Who gives a shit? People are going to tell you, oh, don't take this. Don't take gabapentin. That's addictive too. Dude, fucking sugar's addictive. Coffee's addictive. Any fucking things are addictive. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather someone take gabapentin than take fentanyl if they don't have to. And I mean streetwise, not like, pain patients. But for pain patients, you know what I mean? Once you get to the half patch, you put it and then just let it work and wait until you feel normal. And you're like, wow, half a patch, I feel fine. That's it. And then cut that half in half. Do it that way. And then keep cutting it in smaller pieces, dude, until it's like barely anything on your arm. Almost like as tiny as a little half a Band-Aid. I mean, a little piece on your arm, and then that's it. You do that until you can't go down any lower. Then eventually your body's going to stabilize, dude. Like, you might have a little high blood pressure after, but you're not going to have any other withdrawal symptoms. Unless you're tough enough and you let yourself hold on to at least one or two withdrawal symptoms, it's going to go quicker. You might feel a little uncomfortable, but the taper is going to go faster. That stuff's not, you know what I mean? It's very, very potent. It's lipophilic, but still, dude, it's going to get out of your system. You know what I mean? Same way it went in. You're just going in reverse. That's what I tell people. Same way you started, the benzos or the opiates, go in reverse. You started as needed. You started, one time a day, and then you went to 2 times, then 3 times a day. 3 times a day for many, 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 many years. And then think about going in reverse. Back down to 2 times a day for however long till you're stable. And to 1 time a day. Once you're there, you're like, shit, man, I'm at 1 time a day. That's awesome. Then you go for as needed. And then from as needed, your tolerance is going to drop in between those doses. And anxiety for benzos, that's your indication. that, some slight stomach pain, or, I mean, certain, back pain or chest pain, certain things that aren't they're not going to be too severe, but they're there and noticeable, but they're not interrupting your daily life. So it's like, I'll hold on to these withdrawal symptoms. I'll hold on to them because I know my tolerance is dropping when I do. I'm doing the right thing. It might feel miserable, might not be miserable, it might be a little depressed, it might all be psychological, it might be partially physical and psychological, it might be only physiological. You don't know until you try. But I'm telling you right now, once your tolerance drops, you're going to throw your damn hands in the air and you're going to be like, yes, I did it. I can't believe it. Oh my God. Doctors would do the same damn technique. If they're going to tell you, oh, we're going to switch you to buprenorphine, we're going to risk your 3, 4 days, 5 days. You might go into precip, and if you do, it's going to be deadly. Dude, you won't fucking do that. Just taper yourself the fuck off. You know what I mean? Just do it that way. Cut the patch, cut the patch, cut the patch, cut the patch. But make sure when you make that first cut that 3/4 of a patch, wait until it stabilizes. Don't go and keep boom, 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 down, down, down. Go this, doom, doom, doom until you feel stable. Then drop another. That's it. That's it. It's just a simple key. It sounds freaking crazy. Some people, it's not that easy. It's not. Well, actually, it is technically that easy. But if you don't want to get off of it, you're not going to. So that's my opinion on fentanyl patches. I know people that have been on them, and I have told them to do this before, and they've done it, and it worked for them too, dude. I'm the taper guy. You all know me as the taper master, the taper king, taper guy, whatever. Prince, the taperist. I don't give a shit what you call me. But I know what I'm talking about when it comes to tapering. So, you know, do it that way. And you know who you are. My viewer that asked for this video, you know who you are. You can do it. I'm here for you. If you need anything, I'm right here. I gave you my contact information. If you need to talk while you're doing it, I'm here for you. All right? Peace out, guys. I didn't get enough sleep last night at all. Insomnia still hits me sometimes. But, hey, I was too busy wanting to make videos. So, try that. Start. Keep me posted on your progress. All right? Love you guys. I'll think of something to come up with tomorrow. Don't worry.